Welcome back everybody, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. As you know, Vikings is off this week because of the holidays, so today we've got a bonus video covering my favourite Viking warriors. Let's get into it. Now I could beat around the bush and kind of delay this, but you all know this character is coming, so let's start off with him. Our main man, Ragnar Lothbrok. As Vikings has grown as a series over time, the conflicts and battles we get have got bigger and bigger, with multiple large-scale epic battles within single seasons. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the more intimate, smaller fight scenes we got in those early seasons that were just as intense as the stuff we get now. And one of the best examples of this has to be the fight between Earl Harrison and Ragnar for control over Kattegat, which at this point is quite a small settlement. Throughout the first season, Harrison had been framed as the bad guy, the enemy, the person opposing our protagonist Ragnar. But in this final fight where he perishes, we get to see him redeem himself in the Viking way, as a warrior. Even though Ragnar was wounded and well at a disadvantage, Harrison had long been a veteran of the battlefield and very old. But the significance of this fight and this demonstration of Ragnar's abilities is that it marks the beginning of Ragnar's ascension to fame. And as you all know, from this point forward, Ragnar demonstrates over and over again that he's not only one of the most capable warriors and smartest commanders, but also inspiring kings. Now I often think that this little known warrior, Orm, has been overlooked a lot by Vikings. He may not be the most coordinated or capable warrior with any kind of real sense of fighting skills, opponent evaluation, or basic battle sense, but you get to see how he makes up for all of his lacking abilities with pure determination to strive forward and be the best chieftain he can. There's no doubt in my mind he deserves to be on this list.
Hey, you? Can you just help your chieftain? Splinter. Loki.
Now if we go to the other extreme entirely, we come to a warrior who's more well known for his brute strength and sheer ferocious fighting style. That's right, the man who spent his entire life escaping the shadow of his brother, Rollo Lothbrok. There are two main battles that come to mind whenever I think of Rollo's prowess on the battlefield. The first is when he sides against his brother Ragnar with Jarl Borg in his first attempt of many to be a famous warrior in person outside of the image of his brother, to create his own legacy. In the early seasons, he always launched himself into battle wearing no shirt, no armor, swinging a single axe. He'd always end a battle drenched in the blood of his own enemies, and many said he fights like a crazy bear. The most prominent time we see this is in the battle for Paris, where Rollo demonstrated his fighting power to such a degree that the king of Francia searched him out to hire him. But more important than all that, Rollo adapts and changes as a warrior over the series. As he assimilates into Frankio culture, gets a wife that learns the language, trains with the men, we see him become very domesticated, changing the way he dresses and the armor he has, his hair is all done up, even if deep down he does have the same fighting instincts as we saw when he just started brawling with Ragnar on the ship, punch after punch. He still becomes this very lordly figure, somewhat assimilated into the new culture. Definitely one of the strongest and most entertaining warriors in all of the series. Next we turn to another character who has an infamous fighting style, even more deadly than we've ever seen before. This character shares the name Ragnar but has his own distinct and strong character. He's a long and proud history of fighting side by side with many different Viking crews on tons of missions. We haven't seen his fame reach that of his namesakes, but he's very much still young and could forge a real legacy for himself.
It becomes something else. It's no longer just a helmet. It is something bigger, it tells a story, and that is what fashion is all about. Oh, I see you on the boat.
Generally when we think of a great warrior, we see someone tall, muscular, strong, someone whose presence exudes danger. But if you're going to fight this deadly warrior, you're going to have to look a little bit down. That's right, we're talking of the new god of the Viking era, Iver the Boneless. As we've seen in the current season of Vikings, the mere memory of Iver can haunt famous warriors till their death. Much like his uncle Rollo, his face and body are smeared in the blood of his enemies. With two short axes he can use to pull himself along the ground and to take out the legs of his enemies, along with his piercing laugh that just drives terror into any foe, he single-handedly dominates the battlefield. Though in the later seasons he's taken more of a commander role, shouting orders, organizing defenses, he does like to get on the battlefield himself with his chariot, with his crawling, especially when it's killing Anglo-Saxons. So if we're lucky and Iver returns to England this season, we may get to see his bloody tyranny on the battlefield yet again. Now last but certainly not least, is a truly vicious, powerful, well-coordinated and strong warrior whose time on this earth was very short but super impactful. If they had managed to live into the prime of their life, every warrior would know her name. No mere words can fully summarize how she embodies the aura and being of a warrior. All I can do in this meager human form is show you.
Helheim, do you think you're doing?
Well, we just,
This one's mine.
Come here.
Oh, she was strong and quick.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've all been having a great holiday so far. If you're stumbled across this video out of nowhere and you don't know who I am or what I do, I cover Vikings week by week and with previews and reviews. So if you haven't joined the community and you want to jump into the conversation, I definitely recommend you hit the subscribe button and enjoy Vikings with the rest of us. And like always, Skål!